Good morning, and this is yet another episode, pre-Christmas episode of Two Grey Beards. Today is the 23rd of December. Andy, well, what happened last week? Not a lot, right?
Yeah, basically there was only one piece of data that really mattered. Job data was strong on Thursday, showing no sign of weakening, showing no sign of the economy turning over. And PCE, that was the number we were focused on all week, and basically came in exactly in line with not printed expectations, which were a little stronger, but what had been going around the market as an expectation. And yeah, so nothing happened.
Yeah, the one thing that is noticeable is that the short end of the yield curve just will not retreat, even with stronger economic data, not the PC, but the other bits that we had, like unemployment
Durable
and
goods.
the various Fed governors who keep on coming out and saying to the market, don't get ahead of yourself. But the market just will not listen, and we're pricing in 6+ cuts in 2024, even though the Fed keeps on telling us don't expect more than 3. So the market just won't go down. And while the market at the short end is as bullish as it is, the likelihood of equities retracing and remaining at those lower levels are very slight. That is all that one can say about this market, right?
Yeah, a strong economy. So I think broadly, I think assets are extremely fully priced. And based on the fact that all of those things are already built into the market, um, you actually will have to realize more than 6 cuts to make money in 2-year bonds. You'll have to have an extreme easing in equities in the economy by the Fed, more than 6 cuts to support equity prices and to support 30-year bond prices. I'm very bearish, but also I'm realistic and don't expect anything to happen this week, certainly.
Certainly. And what do we have next week? Very little, apart from 155 billion, I think, of auctions, twos, fives, and sevens, which the market is going to absorb because it's in a mood to absorb them. And nothing else, no other meaningful data. So I guess what we have is the possibility of this Santa rally, which I always think is the last 2 days of the year and the first 2 days of the next. Because let's face it, all the hedge funds are going to want to mark prices as high as possible so they can get the best bonus they possibly can and charge the most fees. And also, the first couple of days of the year, you always get reinvestment flows. So the likelihood of anything being depressed over the course of the next week and the first couple of days of the next year are very slight. So we don't expect it. If it does happen, I think it's a lot of a tell. It'll be a very big tell if prices can't go up over those 4 trading days between the 28th and the 3rd. I think that will be a big tell, but let's wait and see.
Yeah, sure. I have a different view on all of the flows around quarter end. Year end. This particular year, I agree with Nick in almost all other years, but in this particular year, I have a different outlook and and so I wouldn't be surprised to see the markets fade a little bit into year end despite the markup. Things like the heavily shorted stocks, and Mag 7, people may want to press them lower to make their bonus versus higher. Similar thing on bonds and stocks. So the bottom line is we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. I agree it'll be a tell if there isn't a ramp up this Santa period, but we don't know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And in that case, we are doing nothing and we are just going to be tactical. And if something does transpire, we will send an email. That's all we can say. No reason to do anything. Our performance is reasonable and continues to track the market.
Yeah.
That's all we can say.
Yeah, I think mostly enjoy your holiday season with your family. We'll be doing that. And we'll start on the new year with a thesis on the market. I think our macro view remains the economy is stronger than most think. I have a view that inflation is more likely to stop at higher levels, though continue to decline. And I have a view that assets are extremely overpriced here, but we'll see how the data plays out and how the economy transpires, and we'll stay within our framework. But enjoy
Yeah,
your time,
absolutely. So this is the time for family. So I wish you a very happy Christmas and all the best in the new year.
as do I.
Obviously, absolutely no changes last week. The performance keeps on trudging along, and we don't intend doing anything. The broker statements are uploaded. You can download them here. The monthly performance is here. So, absolutely no changes and no orders. I've kept the same wording as last week, but I think the odds of anything happening next week are very low. But in any case, we would send you an email if we decided to do anything, but the odds, as I said, are very low. And finally, just a brief pre-announcement. On Friday, the 5th of January at 16:05, so just after the market closes in the US, Andy and I will be hosting a Twitter Spaces as an opportunity for anyone, and especially our subscribers, to ask us questions and comment on the format. After we've been doing this for a year, but we have never asked for your feedback, so we don't know if this format is ideal, and we'd like to hear your opinions and to see if there's any way that we can improve it by changing it to better suit your needs. We will naturally be advertising this over the course of the next couple of weeks, but we just wanted you to mark this date in your diary so you know that we will be doing it, and to prepare questions in advance. Thank you very much indeed, and both Andy and I wish you a very Merry Christmas with your families.